Like I always say, there's nothing better that you can do for your own budget than make more money. Hey friends, it's Tess. This is Wonder Wealthy, and today I wanted to share with you 50 side hustle ideas. 50. I am so excited to go through this list, but I'm also very scared because I really don't want this video to be like an hour long. So I'm gonna try to blast through them while also giving a very brief explanation of each idea. Some of them are self-explanatory, but you should know that I have done at least 17 of these side hustles in my recent years of wanting to become more and more self-employed. Being able to have a life of financial and time freedom does sometimes come with a cost, or maybe just comes with a little bit of hustle. But these ideas are plentiful enough, and some of them are easy enough that you don't have to have an advanced degree in order to start making some extra money on the side. Now, before I dive into the 50 side hustle ideas, I do want to remind you to hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I upload new videos on a weekly basis all about money, travel, and personal development, and I don't want you to miss out. All right, sitting over there by my desk was just gonna be too loud, so I had to change angles. But let's get into the 50 side hustle ideas. Number one is one that I very popularly do. I've talked about it in a couple different videos, and that is to rent out my spare bedroom. Now, I've rented out on sites like Airbnb, but also Craigslist, and it's a great way to make some extra cash while you're just running with your full-time job or biz. Number two is to do freelance writing. I've done several freelance writing gigs for different financial companies and other companies here and there, writing for their blogs. This is something that you can easily do on the nights and weekends, or when you have free time, even during your full-time job. Just find a company that you want to write for, try to find the contact information for their blog manager, and send them a couple of pitch ideas and that you really love their site and you'd like to write for them. Number three is copywriting. This is a little bit different than blog writing because it's writing copy for companies in their brochures or for their website or other things that are going to go out in different types of advertisements. It helps to be pretty knowledgeable about the industry that that company is in, and it also helps to be pretty eloquent or have a lot of personality behind your writing, but you can give it a go and see how your odds turn out. Number four is to start your own blog. Through your own content channel, there's many different ways that you can make money on the side via ads or sponsored content, or maybe just selling your own things. It's an easy way to turn a hobby into some sort of profit. And by the way, when I say easy, I actually mean there's a ton of work involved, but if you really love doing it, then you can kind of make some money by indulging in one of your hobbies. Number five is affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is selling someone else's product but gaining a commission off of that. And a lot of people will do this on their own blog, or even if they don't have a blog, maybe they have an email list or just a big social media audience. And it's a great way to sell things that you personally use and love, but it's a different company's product, and then get a kick off of those sales because you're recommending it to other people, to your own audience. Number six is to create an online course around one of your own areas of expertise. Again, another thing that I have done, utilizing my online platform to create something that is going to help my audience members in managing their money, which is my area of expertise. So I created an online course that helps them go through the process of getting their financial lives together. Shameless plug, if you want to know more about that, you can click up here. Number seven is to be a social media manager for another company. Again, another quick and easy thing that you can do in your free time, especially if you are knowledgeable or have just developed your own expertise around social media from living in this world that we now live in. There's lots of companies that are still struggling with figuring out the social media game, and if you have some sort of knowledge, you can easily help them out and earn some income for it. Number eight is to start a podcast. This is something that I had done a year or two ago now, and I don't continue doing it. However, I'm definitely considering getting back in. If you are a past follower of the Words Money podcast, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I just want to say hi to you and let me know if you really want me to start back up, because I'm highly considering it. But anyway, with a podcast, there's a lot of different ways that you can make money. You can either have your audience contribute a small amount via a site called Patreon so that you can keep your podcast running. You can do some sponsorships or advertising through your podcast, and a bunch of other ways you can make money that I've already talked about, just being able to use that platform and the audience that you have from that platform. Number 9 is to start a YouTube channel. Again, another platform where you can utilize your audience to help you create some sort of income, even if it's a small income. Plus, YouTube, given the certain criteria that you need to meet, will offer you a source of income via the ads that they place on your channel. Number 10 is to take surveys. There's lots of companies out there that will pay people to take surveys because other companies need to get some customer research in, and they are trying to find people that are willing to take the time out of their day to take surveys so that they can make their products or their services better. So they pay the survey companies, which then go out and find people to take surveys and give them a small amount of cash in exchange for their time. Now, I wouldn't say that this is my favorite way of making money via a side hustle, but it is something that I did when I left my job and was starting my own business, and I needed to make a little extra cash on the side. But again, I'm not really proud of it, and it did almost feel like a waste of time. But I wanted to mention it here because A, it is a way to make money on the side. B, it's pretty easy to do, but C, I'm not wild about it. Number 11 is to staff trade shows. This is something that I do about twice a year for one specific company, but there are lots of companies out there that specifically just hire talent to staff for some of their clients at various trade shows. There are trade shows and conferences that happen so many times a day in various places around the world, and they need people who are comfortable speaking in front of an audience and educating the audience members on the product or the service that a company might be offering. It tends to be long days, especially on your feet and talking to a lot of people who may not actually be interested in what you're saying, but it can pay pretty well, and if you are comfortable with public speaking and you're a quick learner, it can actually end up being a pretty good source of income. Number 12 is to nanny or babysit. Pretty self-explanatory. You should be able to do this on your nights and weekends, and if you enjoy children, then it's a great way to make money while you are just getting your child time in. Number 13 is to edit or proofread blogs. Now, you can write blogs, but you can also be an editor or a proofreader. Another way to just be a freelancer online, especially if you have some sort of expertise, an English degree, or you just are good at writing. Number 14 is to do consulting. So again, if you have some sort of area of expertise that you can hone, there's lots of companies out there who would gladly hire someone just for a specific project or a period of time to get their knowledge, but then don't necessarily need them on full time. So yes, there are ways to join consulting companies and do consulting as your full-time job, but there's also ways where you can just be kind of this one-off consultant and help specific companies with the needs that they have, and you could do it easily on the side. Number 15 is to get yourself in a focus group. This is something that I did once, but it ended up paying really well, and they pretty much just wanted to know my opinion and my expertise on a specific area of knowledge that I had. Similar to survey companies, however, survey companies don't pay as well. There are lots of research companies that do market research for other companies who want to create a new product or a service and want to know what the opportunities are out there in the world. Because of this, they need to host focus groups, and they need people to be in the focus groups so they can really gather some great high quality data. Number 16 is to be a fitness instructor or a personal trainer. Now, yes, some people do this as their full-time job, but I have personally done it as a side hustle just because I am particularly passionate about being a group fitness instructor and educating people and helping people get fit. Number 17 is to be an emergency step-in on old jobs that you've had in the past. This is the last one. I believe I said I've done the first 17. This is something that I have personally done as a side hustle or a side way to make money. I've worked with various different companies in different areas, and I've seen opportunities come up where someone leaves and they just need help for a couple of weeks or a couple of months to get back on track or to train old employees. So I've been willing to step in on the job, help them get their feet back on the ground. They pay me, and then I happily say goodbye when my time is up. All right, in the interest in time and the fact that I don't have as much expertise in side hustle ideas number 18 through 50, we're pretty much just gonna blow through the list. And if you have specific questions about how you can learn how to do some of these more, then let me know in the comment section below, and I will come back to this and maybe create an entire video about one specific topic. All right. Here we go. Number 18 is stock photography. If you have a hobby of taking photos and you have a pretty nice camera that creates some high quality photos, then you can actually just sell your photos online, and there's tons of businesses and blogs out there that need photos for their content. Number 19 is being a graphic designer. There's lots of companies like 99 Designs and Design Crowd where it's easy to just do some one-off things as a graphic designer instead of having it as your full-time job if it just isn't your full-time job right now. Number 20 is to do website design, whether you have knowledge in front-end development or back-end or any other kind of development. You can help someone bring their website dreams to life. Number 21 is to do voiceover work or be a voice actor. This is something I personally have always wanted to do, so if you have some tips or ideas, then of course, comment at me below. There are opportunities out there to do voiceover work. There's websites called Fiverr.com or Upwork where you can post yourself as a freelance voiceover artist, and people are actually looking to hire people to do voiceovers for videos or podcasts or any other old thing. Number 22 is to pet sit. Again, self-explanatory, but easy to do on nights or weekends, as well as idea number 23, which is to house sit. There are actually people out there who will pay you to stay in their house to make sure that all the things are running. A house is a big investment, and when there are humans that own multiple homes and they leave one of their homes for many months, it is important for them to know and have the peace of mind that their home is still in tip-top shape. And going back to the whole pet situation, number 24 is to do dog walking. So instead of pet sitting in someone's home, just taking the pet out, you can find more of a long-term side hustle by walking dogs in the neighborhood or local town that you live in. Number 25 is to mow lawns, and if you're in the Midwest, this is a great summer job. And then in the winter, number 26, especially if you live in the Midwest or the East Coast or the upper Northwest, you can do snow plow for people's driveways and sidewalks. A great early morning side hustle if you have the equipment and you're able to help out early in the morning to get people out of their homes so they can go to work for the day. Number 27 is to be a Lyft or an Uber driver or other ride-share app driver and take people around. If you have a car, you have a way to make money. Number 28 is to do caregiving. Our population is aging, and there's plenty of people who want to stay in their home but maybe don't see it being possible because there's plenty of things that they feel like they need to take care of, and they're not able to do that as well as they used to. From helping someone actually just clean their home and pick up to actually delivering them their medications and so on and so forth, especially if you have a background in nursing or other type of medicine, this is a great option for a side hustle for you. Could also be a full-time job. Number 29 is to clean homes. I just found someone the other day on TaskRabbit who, as a side hustle, cleans houses in his free time or on his off days of his full-time job. You like to clean and you're good at cleaning and you don't mind cleaning, then it's a great way to make some extra money. Number 30 is to be a tutor. You can be a tutor in so many different subjects. There's lots of people out there who need help learning math, science, English, art, music. Whatever it is that you are fairly talented at, you could probably be a tutor of someone at any age level. Number 31 is to be a virtual assistant. This is a side hustle that you can pretty much do from anywhere, even your own bed. Lots of entrepreneurs and business people need help managing their email, managing their schedule, booking gigs, doing pretty much anything under the sun. So if you're fairly savvy with technology, then you can be a virtual assistant just by having access to a computer. Number 32 is to be a bookkeeper. If you're good with numbers and you don't mind working in various kinds of accounting software or just picking the one that you love, helping businesses get their books together could be a full-time job, but it also can be a great part-time job. And if you kind of have a knack for accounting and keeping things very organized, then bookkeeping could be a really good option for you. Number 33 is drop shipping. A lot of people do this through Amazon.com. They are essentially selling goods on the internet, but they don't actually hold the inventory of those goods. There's a warehouse somewhere, probably in a different country, that holds these goods, and the person is just in charge of selling it and then taking the difference of the sale price to the inventory price. People have made a lot of money on it. I don't know a lot about it, but it's a great side hustle option. Number 34 is to make t-shirts, home decor, other types of crafts, and sell them on Etsy or maybe on your blog or wherever else. You can find a great online market or in-person market to sell your awesome stuff. Number 35 is to write and sell a book. Now, books don't bring in a ton of income, but they can lead to even more advanced opportunities like public speaking or creating an online course or just having a great money-making blog after the fact. Number 36 is to be a handyman. Now, like I said, I hired a house cleaner off of TaskRabbit. You can also be a handyman on TaskRabbit. So if you're pretty good with fixing stuff, you can offer up your services, and through companies like TaskRabbit, you can get hired by local residents who could use your help. They could use a hand. That was dumb. Number 37 is actually brilliant, and I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier, but it's to be a tech setup guru. There's so many people out there who aren't technologically savvy, and if you've kind of grown up in this age where technology comes really easy for you, you can help these people set up their technology, from their smart home system to transferring files from an old computer to a new one, to getting their phone rebooted, to connecting all of those technologies together. You can be that point person. And I know there are people who have full-time running businesses where they just help people set up their tech. Number 38 is to do resume and cover letter reviews, especially if you have a background in HR or you've just been really successful at getting hired for various jobs. You probably have a knack for knowing what needs to be on a resume and how you can help people who are desperately looking for jobs trying to get hired with maybe their resume or their cover letter. Number 39 is to start coaching. And coaching is a pretty broad term in this day and age. You could either be a sports coach at your local school, because that is a side hustle and it usually pays, not much, but it usually pays. Or you could do things like life coaching. If you feel like you have a really good grasp and you're willing to get certified, because I do think it's important to get a certification to help people with their life matters, then that could be a really great opportunity for you. You can also become a finance coach, like me. Number 40 is tech flipping. There's lots of technology out there that a lot of people don't want anymore, but other people would happily take. I remember when I was in high school, one of my classmates used to flip computers, different laptops. He would find cheap computers that people were selling online because maybe they were just upgrading to a new one or the computer broke, and he would either repair them, or if they didn't need repaired, he wouldn't, but then he would just sell it at a small margin over the price that he bought it at, and he'd make some money. Number 41 is to be an MC or to DJ an event. If you have quite the personality and you're pretty good with thinking on your feet and also just being on your feet presenting, then this might be a great option for you. Number 42 is to be a tour guide. Depending on where you live, if it's interesting and you know a lot about it, you can give tours in your town. Number 43 is to do peer-to-peer lending. Now this in and of itself requires another video on its own, but in brief, there's plenty of people out there who don't quite qualify for loans from the bank. They're seen as too risky, and so there are peer-to-peer lending sites, meaning me, someone who has some money that I'm willing to part with, will loan through this peer-to-peer lending site at a little bit of a higher interest rate than a bank might be willing to offer a person out there who may not have the best credit. I'm going to be making more in interest than I would otherwise having my money in the bank, and the person on the other end is going to be able to use this money for, I don't know, whatever it is that they need it for. Number 44 is dividend investing. Again, this probably requires its own video dedicated to dividend investing, but when you do invest in the stock market, there are lots of companies or funds that pay out dividends on a quarterly or an annual basis, and this can help you make some money in cash that you can then use to either reinvest to make more money in cash or just use for your own personal desires. Number 45 is to do baking or a catering side business. So if you have the free time and you love to cook or bake on nights or weekends, then you could help someone run their own event. Number 46 is to offer a translation service. So if you do speak multiple languages, then this is a perfect one for you. In the same breath, you could also do a transcription service. There's lots of podcasts and videos out there that would be much more enhanced if they had even just an English transcription. So even if you only speak one language, you could do a transcription, aka transcribe those videos or their podcasts into a written format. Number 47 is to do house flipping. Buy a house, fix it up, sell it at a higher price, make some money. If home repair is a hobby for you and you like to do the design and all of that, then yeah, this might be a little risky, but it could also be a really fun and great side hustle. Number 48 is to offer an interior design service. This is totally a full-time job for a lot of people, but if this is a passion project for you and you're willing to do it on the side for a small fee, then you could offer some people who might not be able to afford these full-fledged interior designers to just help you, learn how to hang things in your house, which is something I could totally use. Number 49 is to be a personal shopper. Believe it or not, there are plenty of people out in the world who hate shopping for themselves, and you can do it for them. And finally, number 50, this is not like saving the best for last. I really didn't have any order with the last probably 10 of these, but number 50 is to rent out equipment that you own but don't always use. Again, there's risk here. Whether you have a camera, a nice camera that someone would happily be able to use for an event or a special occasion, or you have a dump truck and a company could really use that for a specific project, you can easily start renting out your own personal equipment to people who might need it for one-off things but not want to totally go all in and buy it. All right, my friends, those are the 50 side hustle ideas that I have for you. If you have any more ideas, I'd love to hear what they are in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video because it really supports my channel, especially if you like it. Make sure you hit those thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I want you to come back and see all my content that is coming up, which I put up for you on a weekly basis, all about personal finance, travel, and personal development. If you want to dive into the conversation more, talk about your goals, surround yourself with a group of women who are kind of the same mindset of you, then come join the Wealthy Wanderers private Facebook community. We're at wanderwealthy.com/FB, which is where you can learn how to get more involved with the group. Now, one last thing, I'm going to link all the resources that I can come up with out of my head that relate to these 50 different side hustles that might be able to help you. I'll link that all below. All right, that's all I have for you this time. Until I see you next time, I hope you wander wealthy.